Hello students, myself MP sir, and today we will discuss about the body fluid and circulation, which is a part of your first year syllabus, class 11 syllabus. Okay, so body fluid means here in this body fluid and circulation we will discuss about the different types of your circulatory components in your body, that means particularly blood and lymph. So today we will discuss something about the blood and the blood plasma. Okay, as you all know that blood, it is a fluid connective tissue. So you all know about tissue and particularly connective tissue, right? So blood is also a kind of connective tissue, but it is fluid in nature because this matrix is fluid. The matrix of the blood is fluid. This blood, it is red in color, it is opaque in nature, that means it is not clear, and it is slightly alkaline, having a pH of approximately 7.2 to 7.6 pH. Okay, it is slightly alkaline in nature. This blood, approximately 8 to 9% of your total body weight, it is blood. 8 to 9% of your body weight is blood, and blood is approximately 4.7 times, or you can say approximately 5 times more viscous than the distilled water. So it is viscous, much more viscous than distilled water. Round about 78% of your blood is water, and the rest 22% are the solids. Okay, like other tissues, you know that tissue comprises of a cellular component, and the cells are the functional aspect of the tissue, and they are being held together by a non-cellular component known as matrix. So similarly, the blood also has two components, a non-cellular matrix, but here the non-cellular matrix is a fluid matrix. It is fluid in nature, known as plasma, and it comprises of 55% of your total blood. Similarly, the cellular components are called as formed elements, which are embedded in this fluid matrix plasma. Formed elements or the blood corpuscles. They comprise of 45% of your total blood, and these formed elements are of three types. Basically, they are red blood corpuscles or RBC, or they are also known as erythrocytes, white blood corpuscles or WBCs, they are also known as leukocytes, and thrombocytes, or they are also known as platelets, or you can say that they are called as platelets and also known as thrombocytes. Okay, now this plasma, this fluid matrix, its component is slightly yellow in color or straw color fluid or faint yellow color fluid, which comprises of water approximately 90 to 92%, and the rest 8 to 10% are the solids. Okay, so this is the component of the plasma. It is not the component of the blood, it is the component of the plasma. Right, now let us discuss something about this plasma. It is a liquid matrix where the blood cells are embedded, and this plasma again comprises of, apart from water, it also comprises of that 8 to 10% solids. It comprises of various inorganic components like iron, copper, sodium ion, calcium ion, phosphates, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. So these are the elements present in plasma. Then it also consists of organic components. And the organic components, basic organic components which is present in blood is obviously the nutrients, because whatever the food material you are taking, that food material in your alimentary canal are digested and their simplified form they are directly absorbed into your blood. So obviously you will get that simplified food material into your blood. So the first one is the nutrients as the organic matter. And what are those nutrients? They are glucose, amino acid, fatty acid, glycerol, etc. Out of this glucose, it plays a vital role in your blood. Your glucose in blood, it is approximately 70 to 100 milligram per 100 ml of blood. 70 to 100 milligram per 100 ml of blood. Okay. If this glucose level is more constantly, then it leads to a condition or disease known as diabetes mellitus. Okay, diabetes mellitus, right? Then if nutrients are there, then the waste materials are also there here. So the waste materials, organic waste materials are urea, uric acid, creatinine, etc., etc. The nitrogenous compounds. These waste materials are also present in plasma. They also have cholesterol, so which are being produced from different fatty substances. The chlorocholesterols are also there in blood. These are inorganic and organic compounds, but majority of the plasma components, the solid components, comprise of special plasma proteins. Various kind of plasma proteins are there, and the three basic, and they are divided into three basic groups or three basic types, which are called as albumin, globulin, and fibrinogen. So these are the three basic plasma proteins. Out of this, the albumin, it comprises of bulk of your plasma protein. That means more than 60% of your plasma protein comprises of albumin, right? The role of albumin is that it regulates the osmotic balance, or it maintains the osmotic balance between your body fluid and blood. Albumin as such is synthesized in liver. It can hold water inside blood. That is why blood is not leaking out of the blood vessel to your organs, body fluid or tissue fluid. If it happens, then the affected organ will be swelled. That means there is inflammation of that organ due to accumulation of more body fluid there, due to leakage of blood into the body fluid. This is called as edema. Edema is a condition of excess accumulation of body fluid in a particular area. That part is called as the edematous part. But it doesn't happen. Why it doesn't happen? Because of the presence of albumin, which actually hold the water inside the blood. That is why blood cannot pass through the capillaries to reach the body fluid. And this albumin is synthesized in liver. If there is any kidney disease or liver disease in any person, then what will happen? If there is a kidney disease, then albumin will supposed to pass through the nephrons, through urine. Then the albumin concentration will be decreased. And if there is a liver disease, albumin cannot be synthesized. In both these conditions, what will happen? Because albumin is deficient in blood, then water will coming out of the blood vessel to the affected body fluid by your organ, and there is edematous condition. That is why in kidney patient the body swells at many times. Okay. Globulin, it is the another major component of plasma, and there are three different types of globulins you will get: alpha globulin, beta globulins and gamma globulins. Alpha globulins, they can bind with very important of your hormones like erythropoietin. Erythropoietin is synthesized in kidney and it helps in synthesis of RBC. Poiesis means synthesis and erythro means erythrocyte. And they can hold or bind with erythropoietin and other hormone like thyroxine and help in transporting them to their target organ. Beta globulin, they can bind with fat soluble vitamins and help in their transportation. So what are the fat soluble vitamins? They are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. Okay. Whereas the gamma globulins are immunoglobulins. Which are nothing but the antibodies. They protect your body from different diseases. Okay? So these are the three globulin proteins. Fibrinogen, it is a soluble protein present in blood during the time of bleeding. Somewhere where if bleeding occurs, then this fibrinogen is immediately converted into its insoluble form, that is fibrin, and they help in clotting of the blood and heal the bleeding site. Okay, that is where the bleeding stops. So these are the various kinds of plasma proteins and all about plasma.